Hi. Hi. We're here. You're here. You're here. You're here. That was, oh, you've gone. No, you're here. You're back. Hi. Welcome. Welcome. Live at 5. Masterclass. It is Wednesday, 20th of October, 2021. Oof. Ain't time going by quickly. So, you know the drill, who is with me live? Give me a hashtag live in those comments. And if you're catching me on replay, give me a hashtag replay in the comments below. And I just need to check and see if we are live. Yeah, we're live. We're live. It is a bit of a blustery, damp day here on the west coast of old Scotland. But I hope you've got nice weather, nice autumnal crisp. Right, we have the lovely Karen, Joanne. Oh, Sarah Parkins live, baby. That's the best place for you. And Yolande, hi girl. I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing fine. Right, so Girl Gang, I have got my special Girl Gang sweatshirt on just for you. Girl Gang, Girl Gang. Love this. Can't even remember where I got this jumper from, but I love it so much. Anyway, so tonight's masterclass is all about 5 actions to get confident by Christmas. Easy. Top tips, easy peasy. It is less than 2 months away now. 2 months away from Christmas. And I had a really interesting conversation with a lady about how she had a conversation with herself this time last year about how many times come October she had said, I'm not going to be in this situation by next Christmas. And lo and behold, she was not only in the same situation as last year, she was actually in a worse situation in terms of her health, mental health, weight, everything. So she had actually acknowledged the fact that actually the time is now, the time is to take action now. Okay, so I'm going to take you through 5 very good but high level approaches that we can take to increase our confidence by Christmas. This is going to be all about overall self-confidence, self-worth, self-esteem, rather in terms of just body confidence. But by implementing these steps, it all joins into our physical goals. Okay, and if you watched the training last 2 weeks when I did the cogs, my beautiful cogs, these are like, honestly, these have changed my life. I look at these every day and I'm like, oh my god, I love these. But if you've watched these, you then understand, go back to the training a couple of weeks called the Holy Grail. You'll understand how everything that we do in terms of mind coaching and the psychological changes and behavior change connects with any nutrition changes and connects to exercise changes and connects to recovery, i.e. hormones / sleep / stress. Everything is connected. So let me go through our 5 proven, and I've done quite a wee bit of research on this, and I was like, right, these are what I think. And I had a wee look at some development books that I've got, and I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. So I think being self-confident isn't just something that you can switch on. You can't just go, right, that's it, I'm going to be self-confident. Because if you think about where you are now in your life, if you're in your 40s, if you're in your 50s, where you are now as a result of your environment, as a result of your behaviors, as a result of your beliefs, as a result of all your patterns and habits, okay? So everything up until this point is a result of things that have happened in the past. So if you're feeling that you're not as confident as you would like to be, or you don't have as much self-esteem as that you would love to have, then there is an element of that is because of everything that has happened up until this point. So in order to actually move forward and have that self-confidence that you've maybe once did have but has lost, the reality is that you absolutely can, but it isn't just going to be right, that's it, it's going to happen now. So ultimately, the first step, the biggest step, is actually make the choice to believe in yourself, to actually draw a line in the sand and say, I am making a choice to do this. I am making a choice. I have the abilities. I can get the resources. I can find the talent. I can get the skills to create the results that I want. Because if we don't choose to believe in ourselves, no one else is going to do it for you. No one else is going to sit in the sidelines and say, hey there, I believe in you. So there you go, there's your self-confidence. So the choice has to come from the individual at the individual level. And only by making that choice, that then creates, that's the attitude that develops over time. And the thing to remember, and I've done a bigger training on this, is that every single person, me, you, my husband, the lady walking her dog over there, every single person has limiting beliefs. Everybody has an inner critic. Everybody has something that comes up and goes, oh, but can you really do that? You tried that before and it didn't work. Are you really worth it? Do you really deserve it? Everybody has one of them. But every single one of us gets to choose whether we listen to that inner critic, to that limiting belief or not. And if we choose to listen to that limiting belief, if we choose to use that as our driving factor rather than the I believe in myself voice, then we'll never really get anywhere. So in order to get successful, to get confidence, to get unshakable self-esteem, we have to remember that the past is in the past. All that stuff that's got us to this point now is that it's happened, and there is no point in stressing about it. There is no point feeling guilty about anything, because it's all shit that's happened, But it's our responsibility, if we want change, it's our responsibility to take charge of ourselves and our own beliefs. So no one else is going to do it for you. We must choose to believe that we can do anything that we set our minds to. Because reality as we can. Absolute reality as we can. The only thing that will ever hold you back from getting where you want to be is you. Now, that is not to say that everybody has the talents and the skills and the knowledge and experience to get to be where you want to be. You might need to rely on external people to help you do that, and that's fine. But at a higher level, you have the choice to go and decide that. And it's so powerful when you get to that point, and it can take some people a while. It can take some people 20 minutes. But when you get to that point where you make the choice to go for you, to do for you, it's such an amazing sense of freedom that nothing can hold you back. And yes, it's not going to be easy. There's going to be challenges along the way, because everybody has challenges and everybody has failures. And even the most successful people and the most confident people have probably more failures. But they overcome them. They expect them, and they have the will to overcome them. And that's, I think, the difference. So that's the first one. Who can do that? Who here can actually, make that choice, or who has made that choice? So the lovely Joanne, I think it was, looking at the moon. Oh, I love it, Joanne. So actually, here's an interesting thing. I actually had a moment with the moon last night. That sounds really weird. But I've had a couple of, I've very recently been trying to be not spiritual, but getting more into the universe. And some people call it faith, some people have religion, blah, blah, blah. And it's just been, I've not actively been looking for signs or anything, but I've been delving a little bit deeper into mindset work for me. And I had a moment with the moon last night, because it was a full moon here. And then this week I've had moments with geese. We've had the geese migrating over us, thousands upon thousands of honking geese. And I was out in the pissing rain with the dog the other day, and all these geese, and I was just like, that's just so beautiful. Is that a sign? And then I started going, is that a sign? Don't know. Anyway, yeah, I get you. So that is your first one. Make the choice to believe in yourself. The second one, and I talk about this quite a lot, thinking about the language that you use. Think about the language that you use about yourself. Think about the language that you use when you're talking about yourself or anything at all. One of the most common phrases I hear is I can't do that, I can't make that work, I don't have time, I don't, blah, 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 blah. We know the story. But in order, if we want to improve our self-confidence, if we want to improve our levels of success, then we need to stop using words like I can't. We need to, and all of their friends, like I wish I were able to, or I can't, or I don't, or whatever, you know. And there is shit tons of research and theory now that using actual words, defeatist words like that, will actually physically change us. They will physically beat us down, make us physically weaker, because our brains are hardwired to solve problems. And to, if you decide you want a goal, your brain is hardwired to get you there. And yes, you may need help with that. But the words that you use and the words that you think affect both your brain and your body. And a really good analogy of this, and I love this analogy so, so much, is think about, you know, one of the big challenges is, you know, fear of failure. I don't want to fail. I've failed so many times before. So many diets haven't worked. So many times of self-improvement haven't worked, and I've gone back to where I started. And put a yes in the chat box if that is you. If you feel that so many things have failed you in the past, just put a yes in there. But that paralyzes us. People can say, I can't do it anymore because I've done it before and it didn't work. So that is going to paralyze me with fear. But if you go back 40 odd years when you were 9 months, you were learning to walk, right? So you were learning to walk and you'd go up and try and fall, up and try and fall. And hundreds of times I sat and watched Archie try and walk and fall and try and walk and fall. But if I had done, as a mother, if I said, well, you know what, it's obviously not working for you, just give up. We'll just get you some sticks or we'll put you in a wheelchair. You know, that doesn't happen. So one of the best analogies is go back to your toddlerisms. Go back to your toddler time. Toddlers are invincible. They do not give up. No barrier is ever too big for a toddler. They will climb climbing frames that are, in their eyes, bigger than a house. There is no fear. They keep going. They don't give up. As adults, we get conditioned to give up. We get conditioned to fear failure. We get conditioned to say, oh, I don't have the time, or I don't deserve to do this, or I'm not worth it, or I can't afford it. All of these different things. I can't, I don't. And we get this conditioning through our environment, we get it through our family, we get it through our friends, we get it from our own experiences. And the more we use that conditioning, the more it becomes embedded in us. And the more stuck we get, the more scared of moving forward we actually get. So in order to get past that, and this is really, really big common sense, but in order to get over that conditioning, what do you think we have to do? We have to change our approach. We have to use words like I can. We have to use words like I will. We have to use phrases like how do I. We have to use phrases like who can do this rather than I can't do this. So find somebody that can do it. You know, even at a most basic level, if you need your car engine, I keep going back to car analogies, and I don't know why, because I am not a car person. Let's go back to something else. Plumbing. You need to plumb your bathroom. You're not going to do it yourself. You might say, oh, I can't do it. If you put your mind to it, you probably could. However, you go, who do I know that can do this? And you go out and find a plumber, because they can. They're trained to do that. So go think about changing the language, and if in doubt, be a toddler. If in doubt, just get up off your bum and try again. And try again. And you keep trying until it works. Because the alternative of it not working, if you just do nothing, it's never going to work if you do nothing, is it? Ever, 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 ever. And you can apply this principle to weight loss. You can apply this principle to career. You can apply this to relationships. You can apply this to any area of your life. Any at all. That's all making sense. Give me a wee thumbs up in the chat box. Wee thumbs up in the chat box. So yes, use your inner toddlerism. A third bit, and this really, really, really does work, and this is where some of us might have to get out of our comfort zone, is around positivity, just positivity as a whole. So whether that is positive affirmations, whether that is gratitude, whether that is positive visualizations, whether that is something called our future self, brain research on our brain is telling us that when we use positive self-talk, positive visualization combined with, in our world, coaching, and in our world, practice, anyone can do anything. Okay, so if you make that choice, the number one step of making that choice to believe in yourself and trust that anything is possible and knock down those inner limiting belief chat, then you will do the things that are necessary to get you to where you want to be, to get you to that result. But if you when we start to believe in ourselves and going, right, okay, I want to do this, I choose to believe this, you're still going to have that little niggly thing, that niggly little witch in your head going, but can you, that you've tried before. That's where you get to go, get out of my head, I'm choosing a different belief, I'm choosing a different thought process. So if you believe it's possible, then you'll do the things that will get you to that point. If you choose to believe that it's not possible, if you choose to be stuck, then you won't do what is necessary, so you won't get the result. So that is where choosing what you want, choosing who you want to be, choosing the end result is possible, you will get there. But if you fundamentally keep staying stuck and going, I can't really do this, you won't do it. You just won't be able to do it. So this is where it goes back to point number one about the choice that you make. And as I said, you might not be able to do all the things you want to do by yourself. You might not be able to get that amazing promotion yourself. You might need help from a career coach, or you might not be able to get your body results and mindset results. That's where you might need to hire a coach. And that's what coaches do, is they help people get to where they want to be. But ultimately, the decision to get to do that sits with the individual themselves. Does that all making sense? Oh yes, we've got the thumbs up. So I'm just having a wee read of the comments. Yes, you can, Joanne. You can. I'm with you. Helen, thumbs up. Karen, thumbs up. Mine says, oh yes. There you go, Sarah Parkin. That means that when the little man on the beach comes along and says, would you like more sangria? You can say, no, senor. You know what I'm talking about. And Joanne, yes. Yes. Love it. And there's a lovely Anna coming in. So, what have we covered so far? We've covered off making the choice to believe in yourself. We've covered off giving up words I can't. We've talked about being more positive with our talk about ourselves, with our visualizations, with our gratitude. The other big one, and this is quite huge, and it's actually a theme of some stuff that I've been thinking about too. Ignoring what others think of you. If you believe, if having other people's believe in you and your dreams are one of your requirements for success, then chances are we're not going to accomplish what we want to accomplish. Okay, so sorry, my headphones have been plugged in. I'm surprised you can hear me. I'll just take them out there. If you base your decisions and your choices around what you want to achieve, like your specific goals, not, my husband wants me to lose 2 stone. It's about your goals and not the goals or the desires of your work people or your friends or your mum or your dad or whatever. Need to stop worrying about what other people think and stop worrying about, at the end of the day, no one cares. Like, that's probably quite blunt. People obviously do care. But at the end of the day, most people are very focused on themselves. And if you think about, you and say for example, so I'm sitting here thinking whatever, and then Clara comes in and I say, oh my god, I'm so worried about what Clara might think here, and I was to tell Clara, she'd be like, that it didn't even enter my head, did not even enter my head. And that is actually something that I have learned over the years, is nobody actually cares that much, because everybody has an ego, and that is not the big I am ego, like I'm more important than anyone else, but we all have egos. We all need to focus on ourselves. That is one of our key principles. And if you're spending all your time worrying about what other people think and worrying about, you know, are they going to think I'm good enough, or do they think this idea is rubbish, or do they think my report's terrible, or do they think my bum looks big in these jeans? If you're spending time worrying about that, you're actually taking focus away from other things that are more important. And you're taking focus away from, you're taking time away from things that you could be doing that are much more fulfilling, that are much more valuable. And it's, you know, people might pass comment, like, you know, people do pass comment on other people, but really, does it matter? You know, I couldn't tell you now the amount of times I get comments about, I hate her voice, she looks fat, she looks like a man, she's got too many tattoos, on social media. At first, it really, really, really got to me. And, you know, maybe I've got skin like an elephant, which I don't, because I get very emotionally invested in things. But that just shows me that they have got so little going on in their life that they have to stop, take the time to pass comment on a stranger on the internet. That's not my people. That's not, you know, that's people that could be spending that time doing something different. So the moral of that one is, don't pass comment on people with tattoos and big thighs on the internet. No, it's not really. But when we let go of what we think other people think of us, again, I think Sarah said there, it is so liberating. It is such an amazing experience. And when we start doing all of these things, when we start putting all of these things into place, you know, life just gets better. Life gets better. Life feels more free. We are not weighed down by the expectations of others. We have high expectations of ourselves. We have goals that we can achieve. We have different language that we're using, and it's just a whole different place. And the final step, and this is a principle that we teach here at Team EMW, is about doing small things well. Start small, build, 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 build. And if you've ever read the book Atomic Habits, this is a core principle of that. But if you try and reach goals, say it's a business goal, you know, you're trying to grow a business and get to a certain financial goal. If you try and do everything tomorrow, you're going to burn out within a month. If you try and go and drop 2 dress sizes in 90 days and try and go and do everything tomorrow, you're going to quit by Friday. Okay, because it's impossible. There is too much to know. There is too much to do. There's too much to think about. And when we have life going on round about us, you know, you've got family, you've got a career, you've got kids clubs, you've got pets, we've got housework, we've got ironing, self-care. All of these things that we need to do, we can't do everything at once. We have to build, 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 build till we create new patterns and new habits. But if we can start small and build up, we will succeed. You know, life is not about being perfect. If you go through life trying to be perfect all the time, you'll come out feeling really dissatisfied. But you can make progress. You can be better, not best. These are all phrases that Anna is going to write a book one day with all these things. She promised once. I couldn't. So do small things well, and only when you have the confidence that you can do small things well, build on them, build incremental habits, changes, whatever it is that you're doing, so that you are gaining some self-confidence in yourself, because you're like, I did that. I can do that. I can keep doing that. And that is much better than trying to do everything at once and going, oh, well, that was shit, that wasn't a... So yeah. They are the five main things that I want you to take away. There is a gazillion more that we can do, but we're trying to do small things well, so we're not trying to overwhelm you with 20 things to implement tomorrow. So these are things that I want you to go and think about. One of the key things I think I would like you all to think about is, a success tracker, journal, tick box exercise, whatever it is that you want to do. You know, have I made positive choices today? Have I done what I said I was going to do? Have I been grateful for something today? Have I batted down any limiting beliefs today? You know, chart it, because if you're coming from a place of, you know, I feel so shit in myself, I don't think I can make changes, as I said, you're not going to get to, oh my God, I am amazing, I can do anything tomorrow. It's going to take implementation of all these different practices to get there. And as I said, there will be challenges along the way. There will be people, events, environmental factors that just go, you think you're doing well? Well, screw you, sister. It happens. That's life. But it's not about stopping all those challenges and curveballs. It's about how do we get back up and keep going to overcome those curveballs. And the more that we can overcome those curveballs, the more we come to expect them, the more successful we will be. Yeah. I hope that's all made sense. Give me a wee question in the chat box there if you have any questions, or give me anything at all in the chat box. Has it made sense? Do you want more of this stuff, less of this stuff? You like, I don't really care. Whatever it is, put it in the chat box. So before we head off, we are on the 20th of October. Our final October intake will be coming in next week. So we are looking for three ladies who are ready to drop 2 dress sizes in the next 3 months. So we've got 2 months till Christmas. I have actually, who did I talk to? The most amazing lady that was like, I don't want to start again in January. I don't want to be in an even worse place. I want to get going I want to get going now and learn how to deal with festive occasions. So anyway, what we tend to do over Christmas with our ladies is that, Sarah, I'll get you in a minute. What we tend to do, our ladies, over Christmas is have an extension period at the end. So it means that, you know, we have to make allowances for Christmas. We are going to overeat in a couple of days, and that is fine. But we tend to put on an additional 2-3 week periods. Anyway, so if you want to be part of that final intake for October, 3 spaces, a couple of stipulations. You must be willing and able to commit to it. You know, you've made the decision. You're like, I am doing this. I can do anything. Step number 1. You have to have 2 to 3 dress sizes to lose in total. You're not going to lose 3 dress sizes in 90 days, although it does happen, but that's not the expectation. The expectation is 2 in 90 days. You have to be an action taker, so prepared to do things slightly differently. And we also, oh my goodness me, what other, Clara, help me out here. So yes, so also, this isn't just something that you can go, I'll sign me up and I'll start tomorrow. I want to talk to you first. I want to, first of all, make sure we can help you, because imagine if you just signed up and we went, actually, no, we can't help you. No, we want to make sure you can get your results. We have a really high success rate because we have to be really, really, really sure. We have to be really, really, really sure. So it does involve us catching up on a call, 45 minutes to an hour, depending how much I talk, depending how much you talk, but it tends to be quite fun. Be able to get onto a call so we can find out what challenges are, what the goals are, make sure we can help. If we can help you, then we can talk about what it would look like. If you're one of these 3, Joanne, you are my girl, even just for the fact that you talk to the moon, or even if you didn't talk to the moon, you're my girl. So I will get in your messages, I'll slide it into your DMs. That's what the youth say, slide into DMs. I obviously know this because I am of the youth. I'm not really. We will have a quick chat and then we can get a wee call booked in. But, Sarah Berloth, I love you. You can now join the marketing team. She's going to join us. Thanks, girl. It is the best thing ever. Obviously, that's a humble brag. So, Sarah Parkin, your 5 are: make the choice to believe in yourself. Give up the blocker words like I can't, I wish I could, replace with I can, I will, how do I? Using positive language, positive self-talk, gratitude, visualizations. I don't know why I can't say that. And I did a huge session in our client area last week about visualization boards, and for some reason I can't say it. Ignoring what others think of you was number 4, and number 5 was about doing small things well. That helped. That helped. That helped. Oh, Sandra, I love you, girl. You and your puppies and your horses. Life goals. Life goals. Right, Susanna, hi, welcome. Anna, you can join the marketing team. Book the call with Emma. It's life changing, I promise. Absolutely, bloody is. Oops, sorry language. Okay, so Joanne, keep a wee. I'll just drop you a wee message in a wee minute. I've got a couple of calls just now, and then I'm off to make fajitas. So, my loves, I hope this has helped. Let me know what you want more of, less of. I am here for you, and have an amazing evening, my girls. Love you all. Take care. Bye. 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 Bye.